Hey everyone, hi, I'm Richa. Very happy and honored to be here with Web3 Bridge. And congrats on all the amazing speakers, all the amazing program that's going on today. I hope everybody enjoys and learns a lot in the space. I'll be talking about pushing the boundaries of Web3 UX. Just a quick intro. I'm one of the co-founders at Push Protocol. I also lead marketing at Push. So that's a bit about me. And we'll be covering basically the challenges that we see right now in the Web3 space with respect to UX. Okay, so let's get started. Now, why do we care about the user experience in Web3? And when we talk about a billion users in Web3 and onboarding those billion users, what does that mean? Because when we are saying that there will be billion users coming in Web3, we definitely mean that there'll not be 1 million devs. Developers are people who are curious about the code base, about the smart contract. They want to read the documentation, spend hours, learning about the protocol, how it works. But users are different. Users are people, like you and me, from most likely me, who just want to use the product. They just want to learn the features, the use cases, and they're not really there in for the tech. They want to see how the protocol can be helpful for them. And right now, for example, if you look at Web2 applications like Gmail, Yahoo, or YouTube, these are all Web2 applications that basically help users to navigate without any friction, unlike a lot of dApps that we have in Web3. So we'll just deep dive into what are the issues first and the challenges and how we can overcome them in the Web3 space for user experience. So when we talk about UX, let's understand what is broken right now. When I want to explore a new dApp, I probably connect my wallet, and it's not very straightforward, right? Like how you use YouTube, you don't even have to log in right now on YouTube. You can just go and see videos. Probably you cannot comment or like or upload a video. That's fine. But in Web3 right now, when I want to use a dApp, for example, any DeFi application, I need to connect my wallet first, need to know what MetaMask is, need to know what a seed phrase is, and then probably also need to have some ETH in my wallet, and then actually start exploring the dApp or the protocol. But that's not just one step. That's like multiple steps. So 10 interactions probably or more. And that really causes a lot of user friction and users to drop out from using the application. Also, a lot of times the users are expected to know everything about the application, but that's something that in Web2 world we don't really need to know. We can just go to the application, maybe log in through our email ID right now, but also like just explore the application without knowing any underlying protocol or how it works. But that's not the case in Web3. And finally, the lack of communication. And that's like the fun part that I want to cover later in the slide. That right now, there is no way, or there's no way by which application, dApps, and users are able to communicate with each other. And that is something that Push also enables. Now, the user experience problem can be understood like by these four case scenarios, that we want to eliminate the learning curve for user experience. We want to embrace AI. We want to remove the user friction that are caused by maybe connecting wallets and then only exploring dApps, and also finally communicating and re-engaging with the users and protocols. So eliminating the learning curve mainly can be addressed through you know uh, concepts like account abstraction, which is gaining a lot of traction right now, which basically means that it's a smart contract wallet which you don't really need to also know the seed phrase for, because it's programmed that way. It can enable a lot more in terms of account recovery, uh, permission control or permissionless controls, meta transaction, which for example Lens is a really good example of, where you can explore the social graphs without actually having to pay anything. So your wallet doesn't really need to have ETH. Somebody else would be paying for it, for signing a transaction and taking care of those user friction points. And finally, automation. So right now, a lot of us probably use like Binance or any other sexes, because over there you can just go and place a limit order. You don't really need to know how to, set up, or you really can easily uh, operate the application without having to learn the underlying protocol. Uh, the main issue for removing the user friction is basically comes through when you have to connect your wallet. A lot of times we see that, if I want to use, say, a DeFi application, I need to connect the wallet first. I need to maybe, if I need some tokens or any ETH, I need to do a KYC, go to an exchange, on ramp, on off ramp, and get that the token in my wallet in order to operate. So we see a lot of times people not spending that much time on applications. A user would probably spend like 20 or 30 minutes, not more than that. And unlike a dev that would spend hours kind of exploring applications. So removing those friction areas is super important. And a really good example of that is like Uniswap, where you can, the only point where you really need to connect your wallet is when you are actually swapping the token, and everything else for the user is pretty seamless. You don't have to connect your wallet. You can explore the application without any issues. Finally, the communicate and the re-engage part. This is where push really comes in. So we have built the communication middleware for Web3, which enables any Web3 smart contract app or any application to send notification messages tied to user wallet in a multi-chain platform agnostic manner. Um, we are an open communication layer, and other than just like notifications, the notification sending is gasless and it's multi-chain, like I already shared. And we actually started from a hackathon in 2020, and we invented notification for Web3 because back then there was no way for applications to actually deliberately communicate with user wallets. Then we also had more fun using the notification module. We introduced push chat, which is basically wallet to wallet messaging. It makes for a more vibrant and a more engaged community and more two-way conversations. Um, push chat enables building applications or building chat on top of your protocols or any other application. And all of this is driven by Web3 native notifications. We also have group chat, by which you can create public and private token gated or NFT gated groups. And in order to explore all of this, I think good use cases would be like if you're into a DAO, you can have your DAO community come together in a group and actually have conversations without exposing or doxing your private information or emails. Or for example, if you're into NFTs, you could actually chat with the NFT collector or the NFT owner, and you can have more engaged conversations through privacy and pseudo-anonymous nature of how you want to communicate. Finally, we also recently launched Push Video, which is basically a peer-to-peer video, very similar to like a FaceTime Apple experience, all again driven by notification. And think about it like maybe getting a call from Vitalik on your mobile phone, where you just tap on the notification that's again driven by push, and you can open it into a peer-to-peer video call. And I think some of the most useful sort of uh, ways to kind of use push video would be for maybe if you want to still say pseudo anonymous and connect with folks that you want to connect with. Finally, push has enabled about 45 million notifications, 200 plus subscribers, and we have around 650 integrations right now. These are some of our ecosystem partners, Aragon DAO, Shapeshift, Snapshot, Lens, Polygon, and so many others. We started as a hackathon project, like I mentioned, from ETH Global Hack Money 2020, where we launched push notifications. And at ETH Bogota, we launched push chat. And at ETH Tokyo recently, we launched push spaces, push video. And finally, at ETH Global Paris, we launched push spaces, which is immersive peer-to-peer token gated spaces like experience, which can be access controlled, it can be token gated, and it just doesn't support your wallet, but it also supports, your any identity, say .polygon, .crypto, or UD profile. Speaking of which, we just recently launched business to user messaging for unstoppable domain. And these are some of the potential use cases that we see for push. Finally, I think just summarizing, user experience is super important to have a more easy way for onboarding more users in the space. And push is also at the same time enabling the communication stack for Web3. So all communication tools that a user can use to engage with their communities. Yeah, you can just join us on Discord. Happy to answer any questions there. Yeah, so thank you so much.